welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. If you're one of my beautiful returning subscribers, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you guys who have reached out to me on Etsy for a private reading. I love getting to know you guys and your individual energy. So thank you for your support of me and the channel. If you found yourself here for the very first time, I do pick a card readings on this channel. You can pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of tea and some snacks, and we'll have a little chat because we're all friends here when we gather together at my table. Today's pick a card reading is a look at the person on your mind and a look into their head versus their heart. What is their head telling them about this connection, telling them what to do, and versus how are they feeling about you in this connection. So we have 3 piles to choose from today. We have pile number 1 with the cat tarot. And this is a piece of coal that I actually got from my mom. It belonged to my grandpa. It's really special to me. I know it doesn't look like much, but it has a lot of energy and it's really special to me. We have pile number 2 here. I believe this is the Illumination Tarot. I believe. I might be completely wrong in that, but I'll take a look. And this is Malachite. Beautiful. For pile 2. For pile number 3, we have the Crow Tarot and this piece of blue aragonite. Whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, whichever stone perhaps is calling to you, just know there may be a message waiting from Spirit today in the timestamps below. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today we're looking at what does your person's head tell them to do versus what is their heart telling them about this connection. Pile 1. Hello, group number 1. You were drawn to this beautiful piece of coal from my grandpa and to the cat tarot today. What does your person's head tell them versus their heart? So what is their head telling them to do versus what is their heart telling them that they want out of this connection? So we're going to look at their heart first on this side with the cat tarot, and we're going to use a second deck over here to look at, you know, what is their head telling them to do? What are their actions telling them to do? So let's look at their emotions first. How are they feeling about you in this connection? What does their heart tell them about this connection for pile 1, please, Spirit? Ooh. We have the Queen of Swords coming out, so we could be dealing with an air sign, or you could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We have the Star. Their heart is telling them not to let go of hope in this connection. They don't want to, like, the truth inside of them, it's like it won't let it rest. It won't allow, even when maybe other people are trying to tell them that it doesn't seem logical, or maybe even inside their own mind they have told themselves that they're being illogical. Here's the Two of Swords. It's like they don't care. They've got a mask on, they're blinded by it. Their emotions, you know, they can't move out of this feeling of hope. It's like they're stuck here. We do have the Queen of Wands. They could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or perhaps you are one. Let me clarify that Queen of Swords, please. What does their heart tell them? How are they currently feeling? We have the Nine of Swords. In the past, I feel like they've tried to second guess their emotions and they don't trust themselves. You know, they don't trust the intensity that they feel towards you, and they wonder if it's one-sided. And that really, I think, bothers them and works against them and works against their energy. It helps to sort of tip their hope here with that hope. You can see he's kind of recklessly playing with that glass, about to tip it out. It's like their hope and their emotions are on a very delicate edge right now. And they could have lost sleep as well. I feel like they're dreaming about you as well. How are they feeling? We have the Two of Wands coming out along with the Queen of Cups. That Queen of Cups, you can see she's asleep. And it feels like it could be a no contact for some of you watching. Always remembering that I'm dealing with collective energy, but it feels like some of you are in no contact. But the thing about the Queen of Cups is that she makes a decision about her love and then she sticks to it. You know, there's an emotional abundance that almost feels as if it can do no wrong, or it can't be taken away. The Two of Wands, they want more with you. And I feel like they fantasize about more with you. Especially when they're sleeping, I feel like a lot of dreams have gone into this connection. Because they've made their mind up. Their decision has been made. There's a lid on their cup. It's unconditional. that hope inside of them, they don't want to let it go, even when other people, or again, themselves, their own inner logic says, what are you doing? How are they feeling? What does their heart tell them? Page of Cups, that they want more, that they want a new emotional beginning. He's got his head stuck in the toilet though, which is like, again, head stuck in the toilet, Two of Swords, eyes closed. Maybe they feel foolish with how they feel, but it's like, I can't help it. They can't help how they feel. We have the Two of Pentacles here. They're juggling this connection, their feelings for you, with perhaps reality and perhaps length of time between you. There's many factors that this Two of Pentacles could represent. There's the Fool, but they don't care. They don't care how many factors are against you in that sense when it comes to their heart. At least what their heart is telling them, that it's like they're sticking their head in the sand because they want what they want. And even on this toilet paper roll, it looks like it's almost gone. Like they're running out of time. They worry about that as well. But again, they're sticking their head in the sand because their heart wants what it wants. I keep hearing that Selena Gomez song in my head. Let's look into what their head tells them. And we'll see what sort of actions they will take in the future. What does this person's logic and head tell them about this connection? And what are their intentions towards this connection in the future, please, Spirit? We have the Hermit. Again, the sense of a longevity of disconnect here. Having to maintain this hope, this Aquarius energy, having to maintain it amidst my other responsibilities. Having to retreat with it. There's a loneliness, of course, associated right now with that Hermit as well. Virgo energy. We have the Three of Pentacles. What does their head tell them, Spirit, about this connection? They're really working on focusing on coin, focusing on building up their abundance, focusing on their own foundation. And I feel like that's really what distracts them here and keeps them kind of distracted, but keeps them also in focus with this star energy. Their head tells them to keep their head down and keep working. Because if they keep working, if they keep just ignoring perhaps all of these feelings inside, these insecurities, this Nine of Swords, this energy, it's like they've had to claw themselves out of a dark place. They're like, if I just focus on my next step ahead of me, I won't have to worry about my fears in this connection. What is their head telling them? Ooh. Ooh, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Ace of Cups. Their head, we have the Two of Swords here as well, from what their heart is telling them. And even in this Two of Swords, you can see mask is on. A decision is needed to be made, but they have this expectation. Their head is telling them that, you know, if they can maintain their objectivity, if they can maintain this hope in the situation, they expect fully that eventually all roads will lead to you. Or they're hoping that all roads will lead to you. King of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the King of Swords, the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine here. Their head almost tells them that the two of you may be counterparts as well. They have it's like they have an inner knowing or something about this connection. It's like they have an intrinsic knowing about this connection or something. This person could be like gifted or what is their head telling them, Spirit? Six of Pentacles. Back of the deck, the Knight, King of Wands with the Five of Coins reversed. Oh, I love that. I love that it's reversed there for you because it shows that they have hope still. Their head and their heart are sort of merging as one, group one, and this is a beautiful thing because they're focused on building back. If this has been in disconnect, they're patiently waiting. I don't see the Seven of Pentacles here, which is often the impatience card when it shows up with surrounding cards. We see a hope returning. They're expecting that if they put in enough time and effort and work into this situation, into their focus of this connection, that they're going to get to where they want to get with you. That's what their head is telling them. They don't care what other people are saying. They don't even care what the situation is holding right now. Even if it's been a long disconnect, even if there are a lot of obstacles, it's like they don't want to focus on that. They're focusing on step by step towards their goal. And ultimately, their head is telling them that this could be a possible trajectory, you know, foundation built with you that could build into something very, very solid, a very equal give and take. We have the Six of Swords, but we also have the Six of Pentacles. They see the two of you as perfect reflections of each other. Perfect reflections of each other. Their head tells them this, their heart tells them this. They're in perfect agreement here. Other people probably don't agree. You yourself may even worry about it. And it's like there was a shift for them though, because the Nine of Swords was here for their heart in the past. So they have had negative feelings towards this connection. They have had worries and depression, perhaps even a lot of strong worries about the connection, but they've shifted. Their perspective has shifted, and now they see new hope towards the Two of Cups. There's the beautiful Two of Cups. They see new hope here, Spirit, Group 1. Advice for Group 1, please, Spirit, regarding this connection. What does this person feel? We have the recovery. They are the key to their own recovery. And like I said, I feel like they themselves had a shift of energy in this connection. They realized, you know, perhaps this way of being, this worry, this anxiety associated with the future wasn't serving them in the moment. And so that Queen of Swords stepped in as an objective helper to help them see everything clearly, recognizing that they are the creative force to manifest what they want. And we have bittersweet coming with impartiality. It's like it took a long time for them to get to this place, but it's also the idea of the length of time it may require to build up to this foundation is saddening to them in a sense. The fact that patience is required to get to this beautiful place of balance here is sort of a harsh pill to swallow, because recognizing what I truly want, sometimes this person just feels like there's a fire lit underneath them and they want to go towards it. The King of Wands doesn't like waiting for what they want, so the wait is bittersweet. We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime from the Romance Oracle. And we have wedding. The situation involves marriage. So this could be a person that you are on the road to marriage here with the Ten of Pentacles, because that really represents that. We have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking brings you romance, and that's exactly what this person is trying to accomplish here with objectivity, with clarity, with truthfulness. They're trying to rise above the emotion that they maybe feel like they should feel. And this Queen of Cups, you know, she's filled with emotion. It sometimes hits her in waves, but this person is trying to maintain it. Like they're sleeping, they're trying to maintain it. We have identity. The Angela Carter identity card from the, oops. Let's try it again, Spirit. And we have fantasy as well. Back of the deck is the elixir. This person almost feels a little bit addicted to your energy. They can't really help that. They feel like there's something a little bit dangerous perhaps about your energy to them. They worry about it a little bit. We have here the identity card, the Angela Carter identity card. It talks about investigating our identity, our roles, and who we actually think that we are. We also have the Emily Bronte fantasy card, which talks about living in a fantasy world. She wrote all of those beautiful novels with Wuthering Heights, all of these beautiful pieces of literature, but she never really lived a life outside of her fantasy. You know, she died very young. She never left her family home. So there's just this sense of this person perhaps living in a fantasy for a really long time, figuring out that maybe they are responsible to get themselves out of these feelings of lack and these feelings of worry about the future, to escape things, take off the masks and escape things that are binding us. Let's get some messages from this person. How are they feeling right this moment? We use the Tarot Cottage Divine Masculine Love Oracle. The link below if you're interested in that. What do they wish they could say right now? How are they feeling? So they're saying that no one knows that they're still thinking about you in this connection. And they are saying that I am forever yours. They're very focused on you. That star keeps coming out. They're saying I can't make the first move towards you. It did come out reversed. I don't often read these cards in reverse. I feel like they are actively working towards building up their coin. They could even be an entrepreneur who's really focusing on their job right now. But their whole purpose of focusing on that and building up as much as possible is so that they can build a very solid foundation to offer in the future. You drive me crazy. I feel like this person really fantasizes about marrying you as well. I really do. It's like there's a certain amount of focus on that groom's face. I do feel stuck, they're saying. Sometimes they feel stuck in their current situation, but they are actively working towards what they want with you. You take my breath away. Back of the deck says, I am haunted by us. Their head versus their heart, please. How are they feeling right this moment? I could be your hero, and I think we should slow down. I could be your hero, baby card often thinks, I think about that Six of Wands. I think about somebody charging in with the assurance of victory, but then they're hitting this obstacle. It's like the 6 comes before the 7. They hit maybe a bit of an obstacle, and then they get kind of sidetracked. They get slowed down. The courage and the buildup of my nerves isn't enough to push through that obstacle sometimes. They could maybe teeter up and down with their mood. Maybe they have some sort of anxiety issue or depression. We have you are wrong. If you feel like this person is not caring or doesn't care for you, if there's been a long no contact situation, you're absolutely wrong there. I'm afraid to talk to you. That's the reason why. They're afraid because you make their heart so full. And there's also a sense too of emotional fulfillment along with this. You know, what they feel they can offer is the financial portion. They think they can offer a stable, secure situation, but what they can't fulfill without you is this emotional abundance. We have I'm ready, but it's reversed back of deck. Let's get a couple more messages here. Here's my deck I want to use. Under here. Their head versus their heart. What does their heart tell them, Spirit? What do they wish they could say? Do you want me to? We do have third-party interference. Please take that as it resonates. Understanding I'm dealing with all sorts of energy here. I'm going to fix it, but first I have to fix me. So they have a lot of practical concerns, and third-party interference could also be a job as well. Ooh, we have the breakup was bad. I'm still healing. And I do look for you wherever I go. Back of deck says I don't see it, or you don't see it, but I think you are perfect. Let's get a charm bowl for you, group 1. Their head versus their heart. How are they feeling in the bowl, please? A message for group 1. Oops. We have 4 today. The world, wanting closure and communication. 8 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. There is a sense of them holding back how they felt in the past, and that has done nothing but kick them in the pants since then. So they have an urgency now to speak up about their feelings and to open up new doors and to create some sort of closure or success with you. They do have intentions of coming towards you. So I wouldn't be surprised if that offer showed up for you in the future. When you don't really expect it, it's going to come in fast and sort of out of the blue, perhaps. We have in the bowl today the letters P, R, A, K, a second P. We also have the whale, and it's a black whale. And the whale reminds me about self-expression and expressing ourselves, or else we will drown. And this whale has drowned. So this person feels like maybe they didn't express themselves fast enough in the past. We also have the cherries here. I think about virginity when I see those cherries. I know it's immature, but whatever. We have the world marble, and there's a striation in it, a big black mark. I found this in my garden when I was digging. It's like closure has not happened. They want it. We have the stethoscope, so a medical connection, or perhaps the heart chakra is blocked. We have a big wrench in the plans here. But also I think of tools, I think of putting in work, and I feel like this person is very focused on their work. We have this shell that makes me think of the high priestess because it has a curled end and it hides secrets, just like this high priestess does. But this one has a hole in it, so it's like they're ready to reveal themselves. We have the elephant. I think of India and endurance and leadership. And we have the guitar as well. All right, group one, that's what I have for you today. Their head versus their heart. If this resonates, I would love to hear about it in the comment section. I would love for you to be a follower, a subscriber, part of our beautiful family here, and subscribe to the channel. Hit your notification bell and your like button. It truly helps me to bring more content to you. And if you do subscribe, be sure to leave me a comment on one of my videos this month. And be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. Congratulations to Mona, this month's winner. You can also check me out on Instagram because I offer a monthly chance to win a free mini read there. And you can check out my Etsy link for my private readings below. But I really hope that you come back and visit me here on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Group number 2, thank you so much for joining me. You chose this beautiful piece of malachite. If you're interested in where I got some of these gems, you can check out the links below, earthsistergems.com. Also, Earth Family Crystals is where I got that blue aragonite. So check out those links below if you're curious. But this is your reading. We're going to look into your person on your mind, how they're feeling in their heart. What does their heart tell them about this connection versus what does their head, their logic tell them to do in this connection? So we're going to start over here with how they're feeling emotionally and what their heart is telling them. And then we're going to do a spread over here on what logic tells them to do here. So what does their heart tell them, Spirit? What emotionally do they feel, or how do they feel emotionally towards group 2? Always remembering that I'm dealing with collective energy. So if this doesn't resonate with you, you can try a different pile or perhaps a different reading. What does their heart tell them? We have the Judgment. So they've had time to reflect upon the past and upon actions towards you, actions in this connection. And they have this desire perhaps for a brand new beginning. The Judgment does talk about, you know, feeling free of the past, being able to pursue a newness. We have the Seven of Swords. What does their heart tell them, Spirit? How do they feel about group 2? Wheel of Fortune. It's like they don't want to admit it to themselves that this could be a fated connection. It's like they don't want, they're having a very difficult time recognizing perhaps their part. Right now, they're still kind of, maybe they haven't gained as much as they needed to gain from this perspective shift. We do have the Eight of Cups on the back of the deck. They want a change of events. They feel emotionally perhaps tethered to you as well. Can we clarify the Judgment, please? How are they feeling emotionally? What does their heart tell them? You have the Emperor and the Fool. It's like in the past, I saw the Emperor and the Fool, but they didn't pop out. But I feel like in the past, they didn't act in time. Or the way that they acted was cold. They didn't share their feelings. Can we clarify the Judgment? How are they currently feeling? What is their head telling or their heart telling them? Eight of Cups coming out. The Strength. Ooh. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy here. Leo specifically. The High Priestess. Back of deck is the beautiful Ten of Cups. We also have the Knight of Wands here. That Ten of Cups is a reflection of emotional abundance and happiness and everything that we want and everything that we seek in our connections. And when we're talking about what does this person Or how does this person feel? What is their heart telling them? Their heart is telling them that, you know, they really need to push through and pursue their desires, their new epiphanies, and face their fears, because they feel like they're really holding back their feelings. They're really holding them back, and they really have to face those fears, because inside, deep down inside, they feel this is fated. Their heart tells them that there's something special about you. They can't seem to shake this feeling inside the high priestess. She sits on this wisdom. She draws wisdom from the higher self, and she sits upon that information so that we can draw upon it. It's about our inner world and meditating upon our truths and what we know to be true. And it's like this person has a really hard time expressing themselves. With that Seven of Swords, it's like I'm trying to sneak away with something that doesn't belong to me. But I have to just take my mask off, and I have to push through my fears. You can see she's wrestling the alligator out of that lion suit. There's a mode of secrecy and hiding who I truly am. Their heart tells them that if they want to feel emotionally fulfilled, and they may even in the recent past, they may even have acknowledged that they need to walk away from something that is not fulfilling them in order to pursue this. And that something can be it can be a person, it can be a job, it can be a town, it can be anything, but they feel like something that isn't perhaps emotionally fulfilling them. After they've reflected, they've found some things wanting. And so it's like an acknowledgement that if I follow my heart leads to you. My abundance leads to you. And they're wrestling with that idea inside, because it's almost like they don't want to admit it out loud. They're fearful of that. They could be actually hiding their feelings in this connection from people, themselves or other people. But I just want to clarify really quickly here, that Strength card, that High Priestess, please. Can we clarify the High Priestess? What is their heart telling them? It's confusion. I feel they're confused, and they're very, I saw the Knight of Cups. They want to come forward, but if you're not in a relationship, you very well may be, but they have a hard time revealing themselves in an emotional way. We have the World, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Star. Back of deck is the High Priestess again, with the Seven of Wands. The High Priestess is you know, with the Seven of Wands, it's like this knowledge that I have to push through this. This is an obstacle that is meant for me if I want to reach this level. If I want to reach here, this Ten of Cups, then I have to push through here. I have to create movement. I have to risk my ego in order, or my stable position perhaps for some of them with the Queen of Pentacles, so please take that as it resonates. But I have to risk perhaps a strong foundation if I want to actually have hope in this situation. Their heart is like waiting for this second chance or an opportunity it's just waiting with this Wheel of Fortune. Let's look and see what their head is telling them. What is their head telling them about this connection? What is their head telling them to do? What is going to be their actions? What is their head telling group 2, please? Eight of Swords. Their head is telling them, I'm trapped where I am. I'm stuck in my position. Ace of Swords. Thank you, Spirit. Hermit. Their head is telling them to retreat, to gain perspective of the situation if they want closure. They're worried about rushing towards what they want with vigor because they feel stuck in their position with the Eight of Swords. I feel that clarity might be coming in for them especially if they're able to garnish some of that energy of the Hermit. The World. Something stops them from getting the success here with you. They feel stuck and unable to pursue that success, or at least in the recent past, their head was telling them that. Page of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Wands, which I find interesting. We have the Justice here with the Ten of Swords. This message is coming in for some of you. Again, it will not resonate with everyone, but the Justice card here with the Ten of Swords, somebody might be considering walking away from a marriage. They could feel stuck and confused by their position at this time, and that's why their head is telling them to halt, to stop, to not act upon their impulses here, because they have a lot to wrestle with. They have a lot to reveal to others and to themselves before they're able to take advantage of an opportunity here. They feel very confused. It's like logically, you know, they feel very confused about the fantasies that they have for you, the feelings that they have. They're worried about how you feel. And it's interesting to me because with the 7, 4, and the 7 of Wands is the obstacle that we were talking about. And the obstacle could be, you know, here, that confusion, but also this 4 of Pentacles, and that can represent the home, which is why I feel some of you, this person may need to remove themselves from an actual contract here with the Justice card. And the Ten of Swords talks about letting go of old things that our egos become really transfixed upon in order to gain our peace here. And some of that may be insecurities. It doesn't have to be a physical home. But in some cases, it will represent, you know, a foundation that I've began building, that I put some time and effort into, that I'm now fearful of walking away from, even if it's not fulfilling me emotionally. Their head is trying to be logical about their next steps because they see that there are considerations, especially in a financial way, even there's considerations. I do feel like the clarity is coming in for them, but that's what their head is telling them. Their head is telling them that they need to separate themselves perhaps from a situation first because they feel stuck and unable. The clarity is coming in though. And for some of them, they may be actually in the pursuit of ending this situation. Some interesting messages coming through for you. How is this person currently feeling, Spirit? We have at an empath, and they are. I feel like they recently, specifically, have come to some conclusions in their life. And I feel like they're a little bit scared about what the future holds with that moon imagery in behind him. We also have soulmate, that sense of divine timing, that sense of connection that is intrinsic. They feel that inside. They have to keep it to themselves as well. It's very secretive energy here. They have to keep how they feel very close to their chest, even in their everyday life. They could be worried about other people's opinions of them as well. But the soulmate, it's like they've recognized that you are their soulmate. We have joy. This could be an actual name for someone watching, or it also speaks about what we need to push forward out of these fear-based mentalities is through focusing on gratitude, focusing on abundance and joy. How does this person currently feel? Their next section towards you. We have imagine. And we also have between worlds, that empath, that sense of being at a crossroads in this connection. They are at a crossroads in their life right now. And whether, you know, they would admit it or not, your energy has a lot to do with that crossroad and the epiphanies that they've had for themselves recently. They've had time to, and this is an advice card from Spirit for us to truly, instead of allowing that moon imagery to fill us with dread, use it as a tool of exploration. You know, use it as a tool of, like, I sometimes think of like the first moon landing. It's like one small step for man, a giant leap for mankind. If we can conquer our fears, if we can, you know, pursue them and go after them, we can dream our desires into being. But we have to conquer them. We can't make a plan of action by the light of that moon, by insecurity. We have to embrace the in-between, embrace the present moment with full knowledge that we're bringing that energy into the future, because the future is not existent. We have message in a bottle here. Time to go with the flow. Time to, I think of Padre Pio, pray, hope, and do not worry. Let's get some messages from this person. How are they currently feeling? What is their head telling them? Or their heart telling them versus their head, please, Spirit. We have sex with you. They want fire. They want fire. And we've seen under here that Knight of Wands underneath this 10 of Cups. because that Knight of Wands pursues with fire. He pursues what he wants, and he doesn't care about, you know, the consequences, because he's just thinking about the present moment. I want to start a family with you. I feel the same way as you. So the two of you have very mirrored energy here. But they're still confused though. They don't know exactly how you feel. I have so much desire for you. But you have so many choices and options. It could be the opposite here, that with this Queen of Pentacles, that some of you watching are actually in a solid situation, perhaps. You could even be parents, so take that as it resonates. We have Love Me. Back of the deck says, I worry about us a lot. Let's use the Cottage Divine Masculine Oracle. The separation is killing me. So you could be in separation from this person at this time. They are saying I can't come forward right now, and we are seeing them halting in the future. Their head is telling them to slow down, even though they want to come towards you. They're holding out hope in the future, but there's not a lot of action. I'm coming, it says, though. I feel like they're determined to make a move towards you once their life settles down. And I do feel like they're wrestling with a lot right now. I'm ready to act. Like they're on the cusp of change in their own personal life. So take that as it resonates. I don't know how to tell you the truth. And I feel like this is a theme that they struggle with in general. Being honest with other people. Perhaps being honest with themselves sometimes. I dream of a second chance with you. Has too much time passed? Do you even feel the same way as me? I did not follow my heart. Back of deck says, you do take my breath away. How are they currently feeling their head versus their heart, please, Spirit? You deserve better than this. Than the situation right now. They say they are making plans, but they need time in order to execute them. And I see them making some big changes here, perhaps even to some actual contracts. Again, some sort of marriage contract, perhaps. I think I'm in love with you. You are so attractive to me in every way, I feel. I'm afraid you won't like the person that I've become. I miss you terribly. Do you miss me? That confusion that carries forward into the future with that Seven of Cups. But it's all about perspective. They could look at it with confusion, or they could use it to fuel their fantasies. Whoops. I would try again in a heartbeat. We were friends first, and I missed that. And this one also fell out. Best friends, I missed that. Aw. Back of the deck says, I pretend I don't care, but I do. They're not able to show exactly how they feel right now, but it's not a reflection of their true feelings. All right, Spirit. In the bowl, their head versus their heart. Advice for group 2. The Seven of Cups is there. The Four of Swords reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed. That Four of Swords reversed sometimes speaks about kind of returning to the world. Returning to... ready to act. Be getting frustrated with the wait. And then we have the Knight of Swords reversed as well, though. And he's usually a movement card in the positive. You know, he charges in. And in the reverse, it just feels like, you know, somebody is being stagnated. Somebody has to stop, and it's deliberate. Like they have to hold back because of the confusion. They're feeling restless, but they deliberately hold themselves back because of the fear or the confusion with that Seven of Cups. But what that Seven of Cups should do is fuel the opportunity or the possibilities in this connection. It's all about perspective. Got a little baby pink there. Okay, we have W. We have the Star in the Bull, Aquarius. We have Empress, and it's the big one. You guys could, the big Empress shell. So some of you could be parents. We have the Christmas present, so December could be significant. We have the guitar. We have the 2 little wrenches and a hammer here. So there's some work this person needs to do in their life right now. They're going through a transition period right now. We have the screw, and I think of, you know, sexual energy when I see that, but also it's part of the building process too. We have the ambulance. There could be a medical situation or a medical connection. We have the hearts that are linked, soulmate energy here, the letter W. All right, group 2, that's what I have for you today, their head versus their heart. If this resonates, I would love to hear about it in the comment section. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and join our beautiful family here. We are filled with the most beautiful subscribers. Please leave me a comment below if you choose to do so, and hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a private reading with me. I have links below as well for Instagram, and I offer a chance for a free mini read over there on a monthly basis. I also offer private readings through Etsy, so you can check out my links below. If you go to my Etsy page and it is empty, it just means that I've sold out that day. I've been selling out very, very quickly. I do post every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Sundays at noon. So you can check back and keep checking back for your chance to win, or reach out to me and I can, or win, to book, and I can help you to navigate that if I can manage. I can't hold slots through the Etsy platform, but I'm trying to help people navigate the system a little bit. But I hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Hello, group number 3. You're drawn to this beautiful aragonite here. And this is the Crow Tarot, and this is your reading. Your person's head versus their heart. What does their heart tell them about this connection versus what does logic tell them to do? We're going to look at their heart over here first and use a separate deck for their logic on the other side. So what does their heart tell them about this connection, Spirit? How do they feel? We'll do some message cards as well at the end of how they're feeling, some extra feelings at the end, but we're going to look at their emotions right now. How are they currently feeling? They could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or you could be with this Knight of Wands as your first card. That's purpose, that's desire, that's drive towards you. Like it's a real sense of urgency almost. And it's almost a sense of like throwing caution to the wind too. We have the 6 of Swords. What does their heart tell them, please, Spirit? They may have acted recklessly in the past. We have the 5 of Cups. Oh, they may have acted recklessly in the past. 3 of Wands, backup deck. They may have actually, for some of you, and again, this is for collective energy, but they may have stepped out or made poor decisions in the past that they feel really regretful for. They may have kind of acted before thinking in your connection in the past. And now they have a lot of regrets. They feel like they wasted so much, and they wish that they could apologize. I feel like there's an apology here. We have the King of Cups. Their heart tells them that they are in love. That King of Cups is overwhelmed with emotion. Even the cup is in a pool of water because the cup runneth over for you. There is a sense too of them maybe even not being aggressive enough for some of you in the past. Again, I have different energies floating in. It's like they weren't aggressive in the past. They didn't act upon their impulses, and that clarity never came out for some of you. They wish they had spoken their truth. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We also have the Queen of Wands. What does their heart tell them, please, Spirit? Ace of Cups. Oh, backup deck, Ace of Pentacles. We also have the 10 of Cups. That beautiful 10 of Cups has been sort of showing its face a lot today, and I love that because it shows that these people are starting to recognize where their emotional abundance lies and the opportunity that it presents for them to elevate. This Ace of Pentacles is something valuable. Their heart tells them that you are very valuable, that you could be the person that they could find this abundance with. And this is very similar in vibe to, I believe, group 1. So you might want to check out that pile as well, because they see you as someone of great, great value, but there's also a lot of regret in the past of perhaps not expressing Again, some of you watching, this person may have made poor decisions in the past as well that they need to apologize for. And they're worried about how you're going to react here with this Queen of Wands too. Very, very fiery, very, very fiery energy. This Knight of Pentacles shows that they've been wanting to bring forth this apology or the clarity of how they feel into this connection for a really long time. But it's like they don't know how to do it because of this feeling of loss. It's like they worry that the boat sailed, and so it has slowed down the trajectory for them. They don't recognize that there still could be hope here at this Two of Cups sitting behind them if they just turn around and opened up their perspective. And what they really, their heart tells them what they want is a brand new beginning. An opportunity to build, to start building, and to show you how much value that they have for you, and work towards that beautiful Ten of Cups. They are in love. I feel very strong like they are in love, and they recognize it now. It may have taken them a long time to recognize it as well, which could have been very frustrating for you. Let's clarify what their head tells them. What does their head tell them versus their heart? We're going to use the what does their head tell them? What does logic tell them to do in regards to this connection? We see what their head or their heart, how their heart feels, but what does logic tell them about this connection? Three of Swords. I'm going to try that again, Spirit. Too many. Do have the Three of Swords. Let's remember that. It's reversed, so again, apologies after loss for some of you. It's on the floor. It is the Four of Coins reversed. We also have the Six of Wands, the Devil. Four of Swords here. Interesting back of deck energy so far with the Four of Swords and that Four of Coins reversed. They have a very, their head tells them that they need to protect themselves. They have a mindset of vulnerability or poverty. It's like they expect the other shoe to drop. So they do wear masks quite a bit. I feel like logic tells them to protect themselves in that way by wearing masks, because that Six of Wands always, it kind of speaks to like cockiness for me a little bit, like pursuing a goal with the expectation that I have already sort of achieved that goal. But in that is a certain amount of again, cockiness. Because I feel like they try to convince themselves that they're not as addicted to you as they actually are. We have the Devil, which shows a codependency to it, and they look at it negatively. Like instead of looking at it as a sign to the intensity of the connection, they look at it negatively, and they feel like it's a reflection of their weakness sometimes. That's Capricorn energy. This person could be a Capricorn. Perhaps you are. Clarify that Four of Coins, please. They have a very like poverty mindset when it comes to this connection. It's like their heart wants it so badly, but this regret, it adds, it fuels the logic, quote unquote. Quote unquote. We have the Knight of Pentacles on both sides as well. They may have been struggling with this mindset for a long, long time. It could be something that they have been struggling with before this connection, and it just bleeds into all of their connections and sort of creates issues there, perhaps. The Death. Their head tells them to let go. It's a sad realization, but their head tells them it's too late to let go. And there is sadness about it. You can even see her expression. She looks so sad going towards, that new beginning, that shift. But their logic tells them it's been too long. And that their addiction to you is unhealthy for them. Seven of Cups just causes confusion. We have the Page of Wands, back of deck, with the Empress. And the Hierophant. That Page of Wands talks about this inspired thought that kind of rules it all. It lights a fire inside of them. And they worry that they put you on too much of a pedestal. They worry that you guys are not on the same level at all. They definitely don't put you in the same level. They think you are out of their league, and they convince themselves that they need to let go because the obsession is just causing them strife and more confusion and holding them back perhaps from other opportunities. So they try to convince themselves to release the connection logically, but inside, you know, they still want it so badly. And it's like they already made that choice with the King of Cups. That's so much love. That's so much affection. They have that emotional desire for more, to bring forward an apology for things they did or didn't do in the past that they should or should not have done. And their emotions are at bat with what they logically are trying to tell themselves to do. Because they feel like they're out of your league as well. This Page, this Empress, definitely different on different levels here. And they feel like you guys may be ooh, there's the Five of Wands. You may actually be in an entirely different sort of situation. For some of you watching, you may actually be married with children here with the Hierophant and the Empress. Could be a vice versa situation with this person, but I feel it's more geared towards you. They're very jealous of that. It could just be an assumption that they have. It fuels their jealousy, but they definitely feel like they're out of your league or they're not in the same place in life as you are. We have passion. Despite knowing where their passion lies, they let that day wane. They let the opportunity pass them by because they get into their head too much and they allow that fear of rejection to take over. And it's that poverty mindset that adds to that fear of rejection. I don't feel like it's you purposefully that did this or that put them into this place. I feel like it's something they've carried forward from the past. It could even be like a childhood trauma that they need to forgive or they need to push past here with this rejection card. Because we adopt other people's worries, we adopt other people's perspectives of the situation, and we adopt it as our own, as gospel, and it's not. You know, it's not the truth, it's just how we formulate it in our mind. We do have faith here in back of deck, though. There is something divinely guided about this connection in a way. Their head versus their heart, the spirit. What can you tell me about this person's feelings? Heart-to-heart conversations are needed. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other, and that would clear up everything. That Six of Swords. It would clear up everything if we could just share our thoughts. We have very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Back of the deck is the honeymoon, because I feel like they want to whisk you away on a secret vacation. I always think of secret vacations when I see that card. I don't know why, but I always do. So I try to follow that intuition. Head versus our heart, please. You have just an observer. They feel like they're just an observer from the outside of your life. I feel like they could definitely be watching you as well. It's like they know there's potential here. They feel it. And in the past, perhaps they just were an outsider or they didn't act upon those urges, upon that knowledge. And it ended up costing them in the end. And now they've continued that in that vein. If they felt like they were just an observer in the past, because they didn't act upon that and they didn't do anything to change it, they have maintained that position. They're just an observer now, sitting on the potential that they hope is there. We have message in a bottle. The numbers on this card is 1 and 6, or sorry, 1 and 5, which is a 6, which is sort of like that Six of Wands. Going with the flow, letting the situation unfold naturally with the expectation of success is the only way that we can kind of tackle this situation, because we are in between worlds right now, and all we can really do is embrace the in-between. Let's get some messages from this person of how they're feeling at this time for you. What is their head telling them versus their heart, please, Spirit? I have so much desire for you. You make me want to do bad things. And then it says you are wrong for wanting to do these bad things. So again, they could be stuck in something. I feel some of you are watching. It won't resonate with everyone, but some of you may be stuck in a marriage and they're aware of it. You make them very jealous. They feel wrong for wanting it so much. If I follow you, I could lose everything. So they may be the ones in that connection or in another connection. We have be more selfish. That's the thing, is that they struggle. If their heart tells them to be more selfish, and then their head tells them, but if I do that, I could lose everything I have. My integrity, my home, perhaps, you know, the way people view me. We have, you are so beautiful. What do you need me for? Why do you need me if you're so beautiful? It shows the amount of attraction that they have towards you, the physical attraction. It's the Ace of Swords that just fell on the floor. They're trying to be objective and do things the right way. But then there's number 7, let me hold you. My life started when I met you. Words do hurt as well. Back of deck says, I think we should see other people. There could be third-party connections. Please take that as it resonates. It will not be for everyone. Let's get a couple more messages from this person. What are they thinking right now? What are they thinking about this connection? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix everything. Because I don't want anyone to get hurt, including themselves. So definitely some of you watching are perhaps stuck in something, and vice versa. You could both be, actually. I replay everything that happened in my mind. I made a huge mistake. This card came out earlier as well. Back of deck says, I fantasize about you. I know I messed up. I know I messed up. Wanting that to bring forth that apology for you. You don't see it, but I think you are perfect. I am keeping tabs on you as well, watching your social media with that Page of Wands. Often it's the Page of Swords that I find keeping tabs, but they're giving me voyeuristic vibes. Reach out to me, please. I wish I was with you right now. You don't know what you do to me. And I want to call you, but would you answer? Perhaps some of you have blocked this person, or there was a bad ending. Third-party interference. And last one, I'm going to fix it, but first I have to fix me. Back of the deck says, where have you been? Let's get a charm bowl for you, group 3. Their head versus their heart in the bowl. A message for group number 3, please, Spirit. Whoops. Let's try that again. Let's do that. Let's try that again, Spirit. Okay. The Judgment. We also have Page of Wands and the Emperor as well. The Judgment is reversed. I'm not sure if I did that or if it plopped out like that in the bowl here. The Judgment in reverse is really talking about how I made a big mistake. There was a denial, or there was an error in my judgment. And it's like I want to make amends for that. The Emperor, though, sometimes is not ready to apologize. He sort of wears his emotions very well hidden. So this person may have had a hard time expressing themselves in the past. They do spend actively a lot of time fantasizing about you and formulating plans of action. I also feel like they're keeping a very close eye on you. We have 2 C's, CC, S. We have the Empress with the star. We also have Thou Shalt Not Steal. We have a nursing cap, so nursing. And we also have this razor blade here. It's like a double-edged sword. I love you with the infinity. And we have a anchor. My mind went blank. I can never remember that word. An anchor in the bowl here, showing stagnancy, perhaps being stuck in a situation. All right, group 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with your situation, their head versus their heart. If it did, I would love to hear about it in the comment section. I would love for you to become a part of my beautiful community here, join our family, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell and the like button, and drop me a comment below if you do, so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I want to thank everybody who's reached out for a reading with me in the past. You guys are amazing. Check out my links below as well. And I really hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage. Take care.